As I speak to the boys and girls today, I'm also going to be speaking to the boys and girls who are in Portstewart Primary School. Those who have parents who are key workers or are vulnerable are coming along to school each day, and the school is open to look after them. And so today, my message to the boys and girls is also going to be sent down to the primary school. So you'll notice a slight different emphasis whenever I'm speaking and whenever I'm talking to the children today. And this is just to bring them greetings. Normally I would go down on a Friday and take an assembly in the primary school. So this is instead of doing that. So you're welcome to this assembly as well. Boys and girls of Portstewart Primary, I am missing going down to Portstewart Primary on a Friday morning to take assembly. My name's Richard. I minister in Burnside Church along the Mill Road in Portstewart. And it used to be great going down, hearing you all singing and getting you all to answer whenever I had lots of questions to ask. So I'm not able to be down with you in person, but I thought I would send you this video of a little story, a little thing that's been happening to me. And hopefully you'll realize that although you're there in an empty school at the moment, that you're not forgotten about. And I'm here in our church, and as you can see, it's empty here as well. I'm on my own, having to make our service up as I go along. So boys and girls, I want to tell you about something strange that I shouted this past week. And I don't think I've ever shouted this before in my life. I was walking along the street and I shouted, "There's a dinosaur at the golf course." Now, you might think to yourself, has he gone mad? Why is he shouting, "There's a dinosaur at the golf course"? And normally, if you heard somebody shouting that, you would either think that they were a little bit eccentric, or you would be really frightened and you would start running in the opposite direction. "There's a dinosaur, there's a dinosaur, we've got to get out of here." But the person that I shouted that phrase to was glad. They were pleased. They were delighted whenever I said dinosaur at the golf club. We were out for a walk. We were walking along the street, and there was a mother pushing a buggy with a child in it. And as we approached and went out onto the road to go out round them, the mother said something to the child. And I couldn't hear everything that the mother said, but it was something about a dinosaur. And I immediately said to her, "There's a dinosaur at the golf club." Because whenever we'd been walking past, I had noticed a little purple dinosaur, cuddly toy, lying on the footpath. And I thought, somebody must have lost it, and somebody will be looking for that. But I had no idea who it belonged to or how to get it back to the person who owned it. But whenever I heard the word, I was able to say, "There." And off went the father to look for the dinosaur and to bring it back. Because that dinosaur was going to bring a lot of comfort and a lot of help to that child. I don't know if you still have a special cuddly toy. I used to have a teddy that I loved. And one day we lost the teddy. Well, one day I lost the teddy. I think we'd been out in the shops and I just left the teddy down somewhere. And it came to night time and I no longer had it. And of course the tears started. I needed my teddy to get to sleep. Now, I don't have a teddy to get me to sleep at night. But I do have someone who's always with me and who takes away the fear because I'm able to put faith in him. And that's my friend, Jesus Christ. And he can be your friend as well. And Jesus is able to be with us at all times, whenever we're frightened, whenever we're not sure what's the future holds, what's going to happen. We can trust in Jesus, and he promises to be with us. I want to tell you about a story in the Bible. It's from John chapter 6, and you can maybe look it up and read it for yourself as well. The disciples are in a boat, and they suddenly become frightened. This is what it says. When evening came, Jesus' disciples went down to the lake, where they got into a boat and set off across the lake for Capernaum. By now it was dark, and Jesus had not yet joined them. A strong wind was blowing and the waters grew rough. When they had rowed 3 or 3.5 miles, they saw Jesus approaching the boat, walking on the water. And they were terrified. But he said to them, "It is I, don't be afraid." Then they were willing to take him into the boat, and immediately the boat reached the shore where they were heading. The disciples were frightened until Jesus spoke to them and came into the boat. And that's the same in our lives. We can be frightened until we listen to what Jesus has to say to us. And Jesus has promised to help us, to be with us, and to take away our fear. We're going to listen to a song now, and it's a song about fear. Though I feel afraid of territories unknown, although I don't know what's ahead, I know that Jesus is with me and that he will keep me safe.